Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing for this Moto X style. And in India, Motorola is selling the dual SIM variant. And this product is sold in India via Flipkart, and it's available in two models, 16 gigabytes and the 32 gigabyte model. I have the 16 gigabyte model, and that's available for 30,000, whereas the 32 gigabyte model is available for 32,000. And if you're purchasing it in India, please use my link. It does help the channel. And let's open the box. And the box is really unnecessarily large in my opinion for a smartphone. And here, as you can see, we do get this bumper. This is a plastic bumper that we get. Let me keep that to the side. And this is the power brick. And the good thing is, let me actually show you the power brick. And as you can see, this is the quick charging, that is the turbo power brick, and it's a fast charger. And it says here it can also output at 9 volts and 12 volts. So this is the turbo charger. So you do get this one. So if you charge it via this, the phone should charge really quickly. And this is the Moto X style itself. I purchased the black variant. Let's look at the other accessories that we get. And we also have a headset. Again, it's a Motorola branded headset. Let me show you. And it's not in here, as you can see, but we have a button here to take or end calls, and we also have a microphone. We also get the SIM ejector pin, and it accepts a nano SIM. As you can see, the SIM tray comes out. I'll show you that a bit later. And this just contains the booklets, which gives you a brief idea about the product itself. So let me keep these things to the side and let's look at the handset itself. So here we have the Moto X style, and this is the current flagship from Motorola for this year. And let me take this out, and it sports a 5.7 inch screen, which is a quad HD screen. And let me give you a physical overview first. And on the top we have the SIM slot, the 3.5mm headphone jack, and on this end we have the power button, which has ridges, so you can easily feel it. And moving towards this end, we have the micro USB slot that will be used for charging this device. And on this end, we have actually nothing. Again, it's a typical Motorola design. We have that tapered design. So even though it's a 5.7 inch device, it feels okay in the hand. It does not feel very large to hold, thanks to this curved back, as you can see. Again, on the back we have that Motorola logo. We have the dual tone flash, and now we get a 21 megapixel rear facing camera. Moving to the front facing camera, it's a 5 megapixel shooter, and we also have a front facing flash now with this one. And we have dual firing speakers, and again that 5.7 inch screen. And let me actually boot this up, and by the time it boots up, let me give you a configuration overview. This Moto X style is powered by the Snapdragon 808 chipset, which is a 6-core processor. The dual-core processor is clocked at 1.8 GHz based on the powerful ARM Cortex A57 architecture. The quad-core processor is clocked at 1.4 GHz based on the ARM Cortex A53. It has 3 GB of RAM, Adreno 418 GPU. It also has a micro SD card slot. And moving towards the screen, it sports a 5.7 inch quad HD screen with Gorilla Glass 3 protection, and it weighs 179 grams. It also has a 21 megapixel rear facing camera with NFC support, a front facing 5 megapixel shooter, and moving towards the battery, it has a 3000 milliamp hour battery, which is actually sealed inside. And let me just quickly set this up now. And moving to the Wi-Fi, again, as expected, it supports both the 2.4 as well as the 5 GHz band. So let me quickly just set this up and we'll continue. So I have just set this up, and again, it runs on Android Lollipop out of the box. And again, as it's a Motorola device, it's almost very close to the stock Android experience, apart from just some specific Motorola apps like Motorola Connect and Motorola Voice Assist. And it also has some sensors. Yeah, I have to just set it up, and whenever you just wave your hand over it, as you can see, it has that active notification. So we have some IR sensors, so if If you just wave your hand, it activates via that. So that's one special feature that we have. But let's look at the Android version that we get. And regarding the screen, it sports a quad HD display, but it's a IPS grade display, not an AMOLED one. So let's just look at it. If you go to the settings, and if you go to about the device, as you can see, it runs on the Android version 5.1.1, and that's Android Lollipop that we get out of the box. And let's look at the storage also. And as I've mentioned earlier, the one that I got is the 16 gigabyte variant. So let's see how much storage do we get out of the box, out of that 16 gigs. And as you can see, out of that 16 gigabytes, we just get 7.8 gigabytes of space free, which is sort of disappointing in my opinion. So the stock, ROM is taking up a lot of storage. Though we don't have any extra apps, so again you have to be aware of that. You just get about 7.8 gigabytes of space free in the 16 gigabyte variant, but we can add a SD card to the device, and looks like USB OTG is also supported. So let's just go back, and initial impressions, I have to again say the in-hand feel of the device is really good, and it feels comfortable in the hand, though it's a big device. And as it's a Motorola device, we also have the voice commands. You have to actually set that up, so the always listening touchless controls are still there. And again, as I have mentioned even earlier, the Moto X style that is sold in India is the dual SIM variant. So we can set up dual SIMs. I'll do all that things later on when I test the phone. But let's quickly move on, and let's test the web browser. This is the Chrome web browser. Let's quickly just try to do the web browsing. And again, this is the stock Android keyboard that we get, and it gives a subtle haptic feedback whenever you type. And it's going to the mobile version. Let's force it to the desktop. Again, as you can see, it is really smooth. The Snapdragon 808 is fairly powerful processor, and with 3 gigabytes of RAM, it should be good enough. For example, the Nexus 5X also has the same processor. Let's also quickly look at the camera, and I think so this gesture should be there. Yes, if you just double twist, it opens the camera, and again it's the simple camera interface that we see. But let's have a look at it, and if you just tap into area, it quickly just takes the snap. As you can see, it's really quick in taking the snaps. Let's look at the pictures that we have taken, and these are the pictures that we took right now, and this is a little bit shaky. But I was just not using the tap to focus option. Maybe I should enable that. Let's try to do that and see. Let's just go back, and if we go to the settings, and we can change the exposure also with this. Let me just try to focus on this one, and now let's look at that picture. Let me try to maximize. Now as you can see, the text is really sharp. So as you can see, the camera looks to be really good. Motorola has really improved the cameras on their phone this year. For example, even the Moto G3 had a pretty decent camera. So guys, that's it for now for this unboxing and quick hands-on overview with this Moto X style. If you have any specific questions around this device, do post them in the YouTube comments. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.